Oh man, it has been a hot minute since I've made any music. I think my last release was back in March. That was my EP Better Days. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some music, and what better way to hold yourself accountable than to completely put yourself out of your comfort zone and record the entire process from start to finish of you making a track. So this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, so feel free to grab a snack, sit back, and let's go make some Sleepy Lofi. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm feeling especially cozy today, so I knocked my BPM down to 62. And I've already picked out a piano that I want to use for this track here. I'm using the dark piano. This was normally in G minor and at 76 BPM, but like I said, this is now 62. And I've also knocked this down to F minor. Once again, this is from the Organic Lo-Fi Hip Hop Volume Number 1 from Mono Loops. Shout out to the king. So this is what this sounds like at my BPM and my key. It's great. You could fall asleep to just this. I could just release this and call it a day. Another thing I did just to kind of see what chords, because like I'm not the type of person who can just listen to a chord progression and be like, yes, this is a G minor followed by an F major, whatever. So instead, I just converted it to MIDI on this here piano track, and I cleaned it up a smidge, but I don't plan on using this. This is just to see what we're playing with here, and I think it did a pretty good job. Kinda. So this just gives me an idea of the chords that we're using. Like I said, I'm not using it though, so turning that track back off. Alright, so I'm debating, let's turn this back on. Debating on starting with drums or possibly adding some more layers to this first. So I'll be back once I make that decision. And we are back. Alright, so what I've done is I just went ahead and I added this stretch synth here from the same pack. I don't remember which one of these sets it comes in, but it's somewhere in here. And then from the same one that I'm taking this piano from, this dark piano, I added in this flute texture. And with this, I went ahead and chopped it up and cut it up a little bit. That way it has more of a push and pull effect with the stretch synth. So if I play this all, it sounds like this. Alright, so this is where we are at the moment. Take a sip of coffee here. So I like how it's coming together. I'm probably going to ruin this when I add drums to it. But anyways, let's just go ahead and keep tacking on things. I am thinking we need some voices in here. So instead of using the vocals that come in this pack, which there's a couple that are great, like I think this F minor Fox run here. Yeah, I bet if I just plug that in and play it, it's probably gonna sound great. Yeah, not too shabby. But instead, what I'm gonna do, because I rarely use it, is open up Arcade. Turn this up. I dig that. I think it works well with this synth too. Alright, we're gonna delete Arcade for now. We'll come back to it though. Maybe that can come in every 9 bars. That little sound. I like how that sounds. I'm going to add some effects to it in a minute. But first, let's also see if we can open up some signature Fink. See if we can make some more vocal pads in here. What's this? We'll just use the ums. And we are in F minor, so let's just play around. Alright, so we're something like that, so bring it down here. Mess it up, do it again. So it's first bass. Yeah, so let's go ahead and record that. Call that a day. Let's go ahead, move this down here, and alright, I dig it. Let's add a little bit of automation to this though. Do some utility. Treat it like some strings. Next. Oh, I want down here. Utility, do the volume. First bring it down to it. That's fine actually. We'll mix that in it, so we want to mix the utility volume. Try to zoom in. It has. Brings it back here. Alright, so we want to make this start to fade in. About to maybe here. So bring it down a little bit. Full wavelets. And then like over here. Let's just talk about the value. Alright. Yeah, let's bring it down like 95-ish. So that's it. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and duplicate that. I mean, I should duplicate this. Yeah, that's fine. We'll make it. Let's also add a little bit of space out. So let's just get everything start button. Let's cut. Actually, let's try and give it out. Also makes it a little lighter. Just bring this down a touch. Alright, so I'm digging where this is so far. We need some sort of melody though, so we'll work on that next. So, I'll be back. Okay, so we're back. I said I was going to do some melodies. I lied. I actually went in and did some drums and whatnot, so I'll just play what I have and then I'll break down what I did for the drum pattern. Let's not solo everything here. Oh boy. There we go. Alright, so pretty simple, pretty basic, nothing too crazy. Let's break this open here. So for the kick here, just using all of these sounds, by the way, are coming from that organic lo-fi pack that I have. So just using one of the kicks from there, and then we have these two, what's the word I'm looking for here? These two percussive texture loops that I kind of I chopped them up, removed some bits that I wasn't really feeling for the track, and replaced them with other sounds from the same loop. And together, those sound like, if I can remember how to use Ableton. Yeah, so just some nice little ear candy going on in the background there. Moving on to the hi-hats. It's just this one loop. I messed around with the transients here. I duplicated it, and then I went ahead and increased the delay on this. So we end up getting like a pattern. If I play this real quick. previously it was just this. Which would be fine, but I wanted to give it a little something extra. Moving on from the hats, we just have a couple snares that I've layered here. Nothing too crazy, it's just snares. That's it. I've got a delay on, well, this one I've actually turned off. I don't think I'm going to keep it, but we'll see. It's that little hit at the end there that you hear. And so these are panned. I have one centered, one to the left, one to the right. And then these two here are kind of like the accent snares. They are delayed a little bit. That is it for the drums. Pretty basic. When it comes to mixing and mastering drums, I'm pretty bad at that. So any tips you have, much appreciated. Right now I just have a Lifeline console on here. I'm just doing a D-Mud because I like the way it sounded. It's just solo all the drums. So with it. And then without it. It just kind of beefs them up a little bit. And that is where we are so far. So I think we have a good foundation, a good base. I might start arranging this and then add some melodies. So I will go ahead and I think I'll just arrange this first. Okay, we're back. It's the next day. I did a couple things off camera, so I'm going to go ahead and break that down for you. I finished the arrangement. I also went ahead and added in a bunch of automation and transition sounds to go between each piece of the track, as well as some guitar bits and a B section or a drop, whatever you want to call it. So let's just go ahead and start off with the guitar. Just press play. So yeah, that's it. Really simple riff there. This is pretty much the same. It's just played slightly differently. And then we have this outro guitar as well. Yeah, if you guys want to see like what my guitar chain is, just let me know down in the comments and I can make a video on that. It's pretty basic though. It's just like a bunch of different reverbs and stuff. So that's that, and then we have this B section here. Let me pop this open. So what I've done is I went ahead and cut out the main piano, and I've replaced it with just a really simplified version of that chord progression. And I played that in on the Imaginary piano, and then I duplicated that, and I'm layering it with the Originals Felt piano, which is by Spitfire Audio. I also cut out just a bunch of the sounds, cut out the drums and whatnot, and all together it sounds like this. I can press play. And then I have the drums slowly start to come back in. I have an auto filter on there as well, as you can see. So yeah, that is where we are so far. I think we're almost done. I'm just going to add need to add some bass, and then I also need to add a like top line piano melody to kind of fill in the gaps here. So that is what we're gonna work on now. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I went ahead, I busted out my bass, and we're just gonna record until we find something we like. In case you're wondering how my bass is set up, as of right now, I'm probably gonna change this up after I record, but I just have a utility, throwing the bass in mono, have an EQ8 rolling off all the highs, a little saturation here, and then as well as a tuner, so you can make sure you're in tune. Anyways, with that being said, yeah, I'm just gonna record until I find something that I like. So here we go. Which is not whatever that was. What I might try to do, take this and just bring it over for one more hit. How's that sound? Ooh, but I wanted to match up with that piano note right there. Alright, great. That'll do for the bass. Next we're moving on to a piano top line melody to fill in the gaps here. So yeah, be right back. Alright, so got our keys out now. I'm using the Imagero piano. It's my favorite one, so what can I say? I also have an EQ8 on here, just rolling off all the lows, and a little bit of spaced out reverb. It sounds like this. So with that being said, I'm just going to press record and just kind of play stuff until something sticks. So yeah, I might speed this part up unless I get it on like the first take, which doubtful, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so I pretty much got it in one take. I did come in here and mess around with the MIDI itself. I hit the wrong note at one spot, and then I also had some stuff I didn't like, so I took it out. I spent a bit of time just focusing on this area. I really like this little riff here. I'll play that for you right now. Probably my favorite part of the song. But yeah, so I spent a little bit of time on there. I might still fiddle around with some of these notes here and like melodies, but who knows. Pretty much done. I got everything in here. I just have to master it. I probably won't record that just because it's pretty simple. I just throw ozone on there and mess around with that for like 2 minutes and call it a day. So yeah, that is about it for this track. I'm going to play the whole thing at the end of this video from the start. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Alright, that about sums up the track. So if you do enjoy this type of content with the longer form and few edits, feel free to leave a like on the video. I also plan on releasing some shorter form tutorials and like track breakdowns as well. I will admit, in this video, I did have to speed up and cut through some parts where I was going over some of the effects and mixing I was doing because I was showing plugins, and I didn't realize this at the time, but I was only recording Ableton, so you couldn't see anything I was going over. So I just cut those out and sped up through those, but for these process videos, I want to keep these as raw and original as possible. So I got that noted for the future. Also, I will be releasing this song on Spotify in January, so feel free to give me a follow. You can find me here. It's just Lore, L-O-R-E. There's a space in between each letter because I thought it was aesthetic at the time, but yeah, feel free to follow me there. But other than that, enjoy the track.